Today we have a special edition with the biscuit. What do you want, biscuit? Come here. Bring it, Daddy. Come on, bring it. Biscuit. He does absolutely nothing I say. Oh my lord. Yeah, there we go. Thought so. Right. So we have been busy. Check this out. We have tomatoes in the greenhouse. We have several different types of chili peppers, and we have some paprika, some sweet peppers, bell peppers, more tomatoes. We've got multiple different tomato types, cherries, all different beef cakes, all that kind of stuff. Beef steaks, even beef cakes. This is lettuce, planted early. Got some cucumbers. This is Russian red kale, coriander, which shouldn't really be in here, but it is. Some of my strawberries that are left over from something I'll show you later. There's our peppers, and that's some Funiculum vulgare. And then this is some of the strawberries as well. These are some French type of strawberry, which is apparently very nice. Parsley on the go. We've got everything going, which is nice in the greenhouse. Biscuit, what are you doing, boy? We have been busy, so this might be a long one. Biscuit, bring it, bring it. Nope, just stare at me like I'm a ghost. Cool. So here are, these things are doing really well. Check those bad boys out. Some violas, echinaceas coming through. You can see them. There's echinacea coming through. Then we've got some borage that I started planting, and some sweet peas. They're going to climb up this here trellis. This is chocolate mint. It's very nice. And that is St. John's wort. Then in here we've got... Now I believe this is a Jerusalem artichoke. That is a daylily. That is a horseradish. So this is going to be entertaining this year. That is a donkey load of clover that's going to get incorporated into there. Rhubarb's going quite nicely. In fact, it's already, look at that, it's already going for it. What else have we got? We've got the sage is coming. Right, Biscuit, you want to come or not? The sage is coming back. Sage, don't call it a comeback. That is a walking onion. That is chocolate mint coming through again. It's quite a bit of it. And that is a wonderful apple. There's 3 licorice trees there as well, waiting. This rhubarb has decided to go bizonkers. My chives are offskies. Check these bad boys out. And in here again we've got a mix of borage and echinacea and stuff. And then we've got 2 more walking onions in here. I haven't seen them come up yet. Black currants, blackcurrant, love blackcurrant. Another daylily and another horseradish. Then we got some of those strawberries that have been planted out. A gooseberry and yet another Jerusalem artichoke. Yes, I know they're invasive. This year I have to cut all the way around there. Maybe there'll be 1 or 2 left in there, but they're going to be pretty much guaranteed to be staying there because there's nowhere else for them to go, which is nice, except for that way, which would not be good. Black currants or blackberries, shite, can't remember. That I'm hoping this year will give us some fruit. It's like a plum cherry mix. Beautiful apple. This thing's coming on. This is going to give us some apples this year. Look at that bad boys coming on. Got some lovely flowers on the way. Loving it. This chocolate mint here is doing quite well, but the rest of this bed is shot. I'm going to fix this once we've got our lawnmower, and I'm going to mow this as well. Another rhubarb, Jerusalem artichoke beastie, more chocolate mint. It'll be alright for mint this year. Got an asparagus. Can you see the little purple asparagus coming through? Been doing alright. And then here I've planted a load of borage and other bits and pieces of echinacea and The daylilies coming through. That bad boy. Another horseradish, not doing so well. And here I planted valerian. There's a sage there. And we've got more things that just aren't coming through. I think my mouse has been through this, which is really useful. Thank you, Mousy. This is another apple. They're all different types of apples, but so that is I think it's a red apple. This is a white green apple. That is a old basic apple. They call it something here, but it's very soft, very kind of close to a crab apple, but very edible. This is a mulberry that's deciding to bud out now, starting to come through, which is lovely. And my black locust is starting to come through as well, which is great news. So it's starting to bud out. It buds out from between the spikes, vicious spikes. And this is my lovely nitrogen fixer beast that did really well last year. I'm expecting that to get much bigger this year. Maybe it'd be nice if it was a couple, 3 more meters tall. Rhubarb. And then the biscuit. Come, biscuit. Come. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah. Give me the plate. Give me a disc. Come on. Okay, don't. You got an elder here. Red leafed elder. Here I planted a mix of chamomile, all manner of stuff, and some comfrey, which just randomly grew, and all that kind of stuff. There's a good mix in there. More fennel. Russ is planting these out now nicely, and got some strawberries, etc. in there. There's a black walnut over there, but I won't go into it. Some trees. I started digging these out, so every other one I'm going to pull out, split, and they're going to go into the orchard area, which I will show you shortly. What else have we got? So we have asparagus in here. We've got 60 of them dotted around. We've also got what are these? We've got beans all the way through here, mixed in with some other species. I can't remember exactly what I asked Rasta to plant, but she's done a really fucking stonking job of planting. We've got oregano and thyme in here, and then down the middle is I believe it's broccoli. Here we've got, you can see these wonderful beasties coming through. Again, we've completely forgotten what we planted, but we've got a design somewhere. Here we've got parsley and some form of cabbage, I believe, planted out. This is all asparagus now, so let's see if we can see an asparagus anywhere. See any asparagus? There's some asparagus. So these have all been mounded up already. We've been going for a few weeks. That's looking a bit leggy, look at that. We'll let these run this year, and they will then next year hopefully. This one, beastie. Yep. And then we've got garlics in there. It's getting a bit wild here, so I need to start doing some more weeding. These raised beds, I made them in autumn. Mistake. Make them in spring, they'll look like that. Make them in autumn in a freezing cold country where it snows. Loads of time for it to get bashed up by all manner of stuff, and this is the kind of thing that happens. Please don't do it. Maybe do it in the spring, and you might get better. But this is all garlics. Some wonderful French garlic from there's like 3 different types here. So we've got some early whites, we've got some purple garlic, but yeah, that's those there. And then we've got some wonderful spring onions. These are Welsh bunching onions, getting ready. We planted some raspberries, but they don't seem to be doing overly well. I think maybe the soil might be a little alkaline for them. There's a couple of them doing well. That's decked. That one's doing really well. Interesting. Random how that one's doing well, but the rest of them aren't. But yeah. And then what I've been busy with, which has been a couple of days' work. It's not much for a couple of days' work, but it has been an absolute pleasure and fun. I've been waiting to do this. There's this swale and what will eventually be, in between here there will eventually be wheat or barley or think of any main crop kind of seed that we could make use of. That's where this will be. We've got a nitrogen fixing sea buckthorn. We've got some more strawberries, black currants, strawberries, comfrey, which has actually managed to come back. Wow! So I split that in half today and it looked like it was going to die. Coming back, we've got an apple. This is a delicatesse, I think, a red one. More strawberries, mint in a pot, strawberries, 2 rhubarbs. We're going to see which one wins. Strawberries, mint, comfrey, the other half, a pear, beautiful pear, more strawberries, another blackcurrant, and another shelter lanke, which is sea buckthorn. And the only thing I need to add here is some alliums. So onions of some kind are going to go in here as well to help finish off the swale. And this will eventually, so when I finish this one, which is literally just adding the alliums, I'll carry on. I'll buy some more. So the next says apple pear, the next one will be apricot and peach, and then carry on round like this. You can't see currently, but you can see there's yet another sea buckthorn here, just there. Little babies coming through, and then we've got a gap, so there'll be 2 meters, and then there'll be another tree which is probably going to be a cherry, and then you've got the hazel, and then another nitrogen fixing beauty, and then it creeps around on contour over that side, and there'll be more. So I want to finish this line, and then I'll come back, and I've got to do what I'm doing here currently with the rest of this area and all the way through, which is so I'm doing some interesting weird experiment, and that is not tilling but cutting and turning like you would if you were doing a new lawn, so it's less invasive for the it doesn't break up the soil as much essentially, but I'm literally taking the top, flipping it over, and then running the rake over a little bit, and I've planted a load of white clover in here. So this is going to eventually be something I can scythe through. I'm hoping it's a good scythe kind of width, scythe through here all the way down, be able to collect that, use that as a green mulch. Then the roots can be incorporated into the soil, and then my next thing I'm going to do is plant something that, you know, the grass should be also overcrowded, which would be great. If not, I'm just going to have to do something again, maybe a little bit more of the same thing, and then eventually this will become, yeah, like wheat, barley, buckwheat, all manner of different, even corn maybe, just a row in between this row and what will eventually be another row, but with staggered version of this. So instead of an apple first and a pear, you'll end up with an apricot here and a peach, and then going on. So it'll be the same. So then cherry. So they're not in line. They're not within a close vicinity of each other. The same types of tree. It's something that I've been watching a guy from Canada. That's how he's organised it, and it seems to be working really well for him from a pest point of view. So we're going to go with that. I'm going to try it out, and I'm hoping by the end of the year to get at least 3 lines in. So this one, and this one. It's a really short one, so that's quite handy. It kind of goes weirdly round that way instead of it's on the opposite side of the slope. And then we've planted a ton of Norway spruces. And these trees are doing okay. Not sure they're going to stay in there though. They might get moved, but that's some hedging we got. But this is we need some serious hedging in place. So I've got Norway spruces growing in place. Go all the way down next to the pond, which is slowly filling up. Very slowly now. It went really quickly to start with, I guess because all of the water was draining into that spot from all of the drains systems, and one over there weirdly in a different field, which I think we're gonna have to close off. And yeah, so that's that. I've got a load more of those Norway spruce to plant. There's some more down there, and then it goes, you can't see because it's over the hill, but over the hill there's another row along the edge of the boundary of the land, and then these, the old ones that we got in place. I'm hoping they'll get on. I mean, the grass is a bit shitty. I need to mow that back, get a strimmer out at some point, just trim down the edges. Biscuit's been really good today. Load of stones, not sure what to do with them yet, but I'm sure I'll find something. I'm thinking maybe I can make like some kind of bench or something by the pond, and I need to edge all of this. I was watching a wonderful guy, I think he's an English guy, lives in Sweden. I've got a load of rampant grass in here. I need to edge it all out so leave about this much gap between a cut, nice 4-inch deep cut, and a smooth ride up. That way the grass doesn't transfer via its root systems, and then that might make this a bit better. I'll need to keep weeding until it gets better. Got new compost heap is up and running. That random hedge Mark brain work. What are they called? Fence. Wow. I want to extend it further out. Just extend. Then we've got leeks, onions. That's not good. Leeks and onions. They're crowding out these leeks. We've had a bit of wind today. Let's go and have a look at the older. So I planted 5 chestnuts. I'm expecting them. Apparently don't do so well here, but we shall see. I'm going to treat them differently. So this one's in the middle of a foresty kind of area that we had. We didn't have it flattened. It was flattened because of the pond. We filled in this area because it was a valley, and I planted this little monster here, which is not yet budding out properly. It's taking its time. It's having a bit of a laugh. Give it some time. Biscuit, kurejny. Cia, proszę. Come. Take it. Good boy. Garas Bernukas. Crap ton of wood. This was neatly piled up, but it fell over. And then this was a bunch of sticks I had there. Got cut up by a guy at Rasa. Got in. And then we got some, I believe Rasa's grown some flowers along this edge here, which is quite nice. And we're starting to get there. This is really feeling good. We've got a Biscuit, where are you going? Come here, boy. Bring it. Biscuit. No, he's not having any of it. Yeah, I feel like we're starting to get there. The rest is beds aren't quite full yet. This one is doing quite well. We just need to get the grass cut and the kind of stuff the roses are taking off. Get the grass cut. Once we've got a grass cutter, hopefully it comes tomorrow. Got to sit on 0 turn coming. Do a video on that beast. But we tested it out over there. It was magic. Even went well on the hill. So yeah, happy days. We are getting somewhere. I forgot one thing. which is the old. Been busy planting hazels, and obviously the other chestnuts, but this needs clipping back and redigging over. But we've got some blackcurrants coming through, blackberries, sorry. I've planted some new raspberries. I mean, larch, I think it's going to be a dwarf now because we've run over it so many times with the car. Sorry, larch, but it's killing, doing really well. This is the rest of the Norway spruce that are waiting to go in over there, and then these are the. I'm being a bit brave here with these bloody ticks. These are my hazels. They're doing quite well, coming out. So I'm waiting to see some deer damage at some point, but they're starting to come through. You can see. Again, I'm going to put a in between each of these. You can see the little dots here. In between each of these, there's going to be a biscuit out. Good boy. Between each of these hazels is going to be Salix, Osea, better known as willow. There we go. God, that took a while. And that is going to go in between there. And this is going to be a coppice, or the beginning of a coppice. There's a chestnut there. So there'll be 1 line, 2 lines on contour, maybe 3, 4 lines, but they'll go around all the way across down there. And it'll be interspersed with like a ginkgo biloba and all manner of different big canopy trees. Once I've got that in place, we're cooking with gas. I think I need to get this in order, and I'm doing that by, again, I watched it go on the TV, trying it out, just doing edged beds, see how that works to stop the grass from deciding it can invade all the way across. So I've done it most of the way around here. This should reduce my need to maintain this area so much, because all this grass is it's a killer. So just edge all the way around, and then I'll redo those beds once I've edged, and we'll be planting them out. I've got a load of seeds to go in there. I've got a load of herbs and spices to go in, and then next year I'll be mixing in some more artichokes. And this is essentially beds for me to be able to take stuff and transplant them elsewhere, like artichokes, the beautiful strawberries, the gooseberries. They're all cuttable, able to make cuttings from horseradish, chives, are all transplantable. Do via the roots, etc. So and then this mulberry. Actually, all of this up to, say, maybe 2 meters across from here. All of that will be an orchard, and then further over there towards the back end will be a timber and blueberry kind of farm. The blueberries obviously underneath acidified soil, so I'll be planting more pines and that kind of stuff. There's also going to be a few black walnuts around with gills around them, a mix of different beneficial a bit different beneficial plants and trees, and then over here again, just coming around there, it's all going to be mainly timber, blueberries. I'm going to go heavy on the blueberries, I think, because this is perfect land for blueberries. It's all slightly acidic. That's northwest. That's where the wind comes from. So as long as I've got some decent protection there, I mean, there's not a lot I can plant there, to be honest with you. I need to get some nice, tall, dense, thick woodland there, and then this area will become, I mean, south is this way, so sun all day, every day. The only thing I'll have is the windbreak coming up here, which I might have to cut at a certain point, just in case it gets a bit too high. But yeah, then there'll be a branch, kind of like a tree centre path that goes all the way up through, and on the top of the hill there's going to be a kind of almost like an opening where I'm thinking of maybe running things like seminars and stuff like that. Biscuit's still here. Come on, boy. Yeah. Wow, the moon's really big today. Don't know if you can see it through the... Here you can. So that thing there behind the tree is the moon. Crazy. Evenings here are amazing. This is not the best of sunsets we've got. This is really, really clear evening though. So tonight we'll be able to see all of the stars. Anyway. Good night. Gute Nacht. Guten Nacht. Laba Nacht. Laba Nachtis. Ihr Viscus. Biscuit? No more? Biscuit, no more? Get it. Bye everyone. Ciao, Biscuit.